Welcome back to Good Game Bees and Homestead. We're hanging out in the bee yard with Steve Goodgame of Good Game Bees and Homestead
at our homestead.
Game on! Game on!
Game on!
Woo!
Alright guys, here we are. We are at one of the 628 Dirt Rooster's bee yards. He's going to be here in just a second. He told me I'd go ahead and come on in and poke around a little bit. You can see he's got a bunch of bees. Look at that. So he's going to be here in a second and ask him a few questions. I'm curious about how he splits his hives and whatnot, and he's got some of those little mini nukes I want to talk to him about. So kind of hang tight for a second, and when he gets here we'll see what we got. It's kind of a cool little thing. He's got he's feeding sugar syrup. Got just a little pivoting plexiglass there with a screw. Good idea to be able to close that back off when you need to. Man, I just can't get over how many he's got here. See this one here, same thing. It is hot out here. We're about as far south in Mississippi as you can get. And it's pretty toasty. So I don't imagine it's cool in there. One thing to note, I'm fighting ants at my place non-stop. I'm gonna ask him about this. He's got these little, I guess they're sugar ants or whatever we call them. And he obviously didn't worry about it too much, but I get those big old black suckers in there. You can see those. But obviously, that hive is not hurting for it. So, yeah, see just piece of plastic to be able to slide over there. I'm guessing he's got them all propped up for ventilation. Like I said, it has been hot, hot, hot around here. Get them a little airflow.
Rubbery. Hey, yeah, good idea. Because I have to. All capped.
How many honey there?
Queen cells. So probably what happened is the
Queen didn't get it.
queen didn't make it.
Is this a split y'all did or something, or is it?
This is Pops' bee yard, so there's no telling. We're just digging into his stuff for the video.
Yeah. That's all right. When he comes to our house, he digs into ours. So.
No, he don't dig into mine no more because I leave my main hives up front.
Look, you got a roach there.
Is she dragging something out of there? That's what it looks like.
Yeah, there's a dead larva there. No brood.
There's a couple gallons of honey in there.
Yeah. Just looking to see if there's a virgin queen running around here. Because if there is, we could reduce this down to a 5-frame box, pull the honey out. Maybe save it. But I'd stick a frame of brood in here with it too, because
nothing in there to hatch out.
yeah, and there ain't hardly enough bees left to tend any eggs and brood. Yeah.
And you don't worry about these little sugar ants or whatever.
No. Grab that smoker pan.
I fight ants like crazy, but they're those big.
And the camera. You can run the camera. Maybe I can do a Todd and get lit up and run across the yard flipping out. Just have that screwed down.
You're on the high tool?
I got one in the truck if you want one. So that first one we looked at, you're just going to pretty much let that go?
Yeah.
Not enough bees in there to...
What we could do is take like that nuke right there. It's got bees bulging out the top of it. We could take that box and put right here in this location. That way these bees will have more to build onto, because that one's got plenty of drawn out comb.
Yeah.
So it gives this queen more area to lay, plus all the honey that they've got stored in that already. And that way these bees would defend that honey and have it for winter time. Can you get a little rougher with it? Let's see, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hives on this stand. Just go ahead and shake them all up.
I'll just give them all a little bit of smoke. Done. Fixed. Oh yeah.
All right, so why would you want to put that box of foundation underneath a box of drawn out comb with honey all in it?
Make them work it faster, and well, two things: make them work it faster, but this is going to be the first thing to be extracted, and we'll have to move this box again to get to this one that you know is full already, because it's already capped out all the way.
So the cloth left over on the top there, what's happening?
That sounds good.
Yeah, that's it.
What's going on now is this box that was getting robbed, that had a failed colony in it, is being moved over to the location of a successful nuke. And this successful nuke colony is going to be moved into this 10 frame. And the reason for moving it from over there to over here, from over there to over here, is because everyone who's robbing this box knows that is the spot. And it's not a serious bad robbing frenzy right now, and there is still a live colony in it, so this is going to be a merger somewhat, but this new colony is pretty dang strong.
So how are you going to determine which frames you're going to take out of here to put these ones in there?
I'm just pulling the 5 center frames out.
I'm just going to put that colony right there in the middle of them.
And then if we've got another 5 frame nuke, we can take these drawn out combs and stack in a second box on top of them, or move another 5 frame nuke into a 10 frame box.
Now you've got a little queen cell starting down there. You know, you see a lot of folks say squish them and whatnot. What y'all thinking on that?
That queen cell there is one that we looked at it already. The queen was not developed, and they were already starting to chew it out.
I can't even find it.
It's down.
Right here. Yeah, here.
Brood.
skinny ones. You should have gotten the big ones going in the case of the road.
Honey and brood. Starting to backfill some of the cells.
We still got open larvae in too on this side.
They'll crawl back up the stand, which is where they're headed, and go back to the box, but you can put a bunch of them in the air like this. Or at least get them out of your walkway.
Since that nuke was pretty strong, and I don't see another single box.
Put them frames in.
Yeah, we just add these to here. If we got any more frames of foundation, we can put them here. 5. Meg nuke's just a smaller hive of bees. These are designed for 3 deep frames.
Okay.
We've tried the small mini nukes before, and for us, because we're not full-time beekeepers, I mean, we're doing it as a hobby, they're too small. They're very time sensitive. So if you put a queen cell in a mini nuke and the queen flies out and gets mated and comes back, within about 10 days, she's going to be laying eggs, okay? If you don't go in there and pull that queen pretty soon after she starts laying, those mini nukes are so small that the bees will be swarming in a couple of weeks. Okay. So if we use the 3 frame deeps, it does 2 things. It keeps us from having to have a different size frame, because we like to use deep frames and mediums. If we use the mini nukes, we've got to have a 3rd size frame that doesn't fit any other box that we've got.
Okay.
So with the 3 frame mega nukes, using the deep frames, we can pull a frame of brood out of a deep box, put in here our 2 frames brood and a frame of honey, or a frame of brood, a frame of honey, and an empty frame with our queen cell, and get our nuke going, get our queen mated. Once she's mated, we can pull her out and either bank her or put her in a split, and then put a queen cell right back in there to start the whole process all over again.
So you're just pulling a queen cell out of some other hive and putting it in there. You're not using these to try to create a whole new split where you a frame of eggs or whatever.
You can, but it's going to take you longer. You're going to have to, from 3 frames, you're going to have to move them up either to 5 frames or 10 frame. You can do it that way, but we're using these just to make queens. Okay. So we'll do some grafting, get our queen cells ready, and then put them into the 3 frame mating nuke. Once the queen emerges from the queen cell, she gets mated, she's laying after a couple of weeks, and you can leave a 3 frame mating nuke, you can leave it for 2-3 weeks, a month, and they're not going to swarm like they would in a mini nuke, because those mini nukes are only, the frames are about this big.
Yeah, it's about the size of a shoebox, a small shoebox at that, probably.
Yeah, half of a shoebox.
Yeah.
So they don't have they've got a whole lot more room here. So these are not as time sensitive. Works out better for us. Small mini nukes before, and for us, because we're not full-time beekeepers. Go ahead and give him a good game, Randy.
Good game. Don't slap my butt. What are we 1, 2, 3? Hey, welcome back to Good Game Bees and Homestead. We're hanging out today with Steve at Good Game Bees and Homestead. That was stupid, but and I don't know what. Okay.
That's not bad. I actually like that.
That's
actually really good, Steve.
Game on!
Okay, Tommy gets credit for it though. All right, here we go. Start
You
it
weren't
again.
taping all that? We just did it.
But he got all interrupted by everybody else.
You have to edit stuff.
You heard that guy. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
All right, y'all do it again.
What we do again? The whole thing?
Yeah. You say